So anyway, so we've got Mikey talking, don't worry about this guy. But no, honestly and truly, this is the penultimate speeches of the night tonight, and you've got to remember, this is Andrew and Katie's wedding. Sorry, not the penultimate, this is the very, very last speeches of the night, the ultimate. But in all honesty, let's make some absolute noise for these two guys right here. This is Tommy Hammond and Mikey. I've got to say, mate, I don't think we're going to be able to pull this off. It's been so long in the waiting. I'm not entirely sure what I need to do. Do you?
Play the video.
Play the bloody video.
Then again, it might not play. So
It might cut out.
Who knows?
Right.
just don't go on for over an hour.
Shorter than Gibbo.
Good. This is as loud as it goes. It's Karma Barama. Sing it. As loud as it goes. Just like it. Yeah, just like
it. We're getting killed by the rain and the awful speakers. Ruin this wedding day.
Sing it, guys. Sing it.
Gibbo.
Greece!
I was a bit more like him.
Number 7.
One stood out from the rest. G-I-B-B-O. Gentlemen, as I'm sure you're aware, my name's Tom. I've been a lifelong friend of Gibbo, and this is Mikee. Together we know Andrew incredibly well, in fact, too well. Fortunately for you guys, I have the regular pleasure of giving presentations, mostly on unified communications and conferencing. And our main problem is material. Trying to eke out stuff in those presentations is tough. For this one, we've had no problems at all with material. We were going to talk a little bit about the stag do. Sadly, Gibbo set for 37 hours, so we would only have stories about Mikey, myself, and the other 26. So anyway, Mikey, what we're going to do is we're going to go through Gibbo's life in chronological order, and we're going to try and eke out as many stories as we possibly can over that period. So bear with us. Hopefully you'll enjoy the journey. God, you're good at presentations. So this is Andrew, the early years. Life was good. Rebecca and myself were happy dressing up in leotards, doing ballet and all of that malarkey. But at the end of summer in 1982, the boat was set to rock. And on the 15th of August, Andrew William Gibbons joined the fray. Mum tells me that the doctor commented that he was a perfect specimen. Now, growing up, Andrew was
Jack with Joe and Stanley.
Sorry. So anyway, growing up, Andrew was a cheeky little lad, always wanting attention. He was never shy. He was always confident. And he was even a cheeky little sod when being told off. Work. Hashtag. Hold on, wait, we'll just do it again. It'll just roll through.
That's Chris Gibbo.
putting a finger on Dave as he's telling him off. Dave, two things. Who was filming this shit? Secondly, Dave. It's abuse.
You've got to give me a tunnel.
Right, anyway.
Like I said, you brought solid flat.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, even though there was 3 years between us, Andrew and I were close. Both of us have a strong competitive Gibbons nature.
Yeah.
The fact that Gibbo is probably better than me at most sports, it kind of closed the gap, annoyingly.
Art.
Yeah. But anyway, so as brothers do, let's not look at this face. As brothers do, we would fight, play, fall out on a pretty regular basis, but that's brothers. So anyway, with two beautiful sisters, all the blunts of the ups and downs in the family would invariably fall Charlie, Joe, Sol, and Stanley. So the brunt of the issues would obviously fall from me and Gibbo. Done that bit. Anyway, so the girls, obviously being girls, seemingly sailed through life. I can't actually remember any of them getting in any trouble at any point. Rebecca, she's trying to sort of turn things around the older she gets. Hannah, the only thing she did, she just lied to the police about being shot in the head. But yeah, that's a different story. So, at age number 2. Okay, so in Andrew's adolescence, there was definitely some recurring themes that would crop up again and again. Now, I work in the world of content. What the hell's content? In the content, what we call is, to tie a story together, we call it the red thread. Andrew's life is tied together by the red book. Now, the red book, I'm sure all of you have heard of the red book, or the term put it in the book. Now, hello. This was where we would record all of our debt, all the work that we did on the farm, etc., etc. And yeah, I mean, Andrew's life could probably be planned out or mapped out by the red book. So let's have a little look inside the red book. I've got to say, you probably can't read this, but Jane, it says Andrew Gibbons, ages book, and Jane has written joke. So a typical entry to the book goes kind of like pub. What other sort of stuff we've got? Oh, we've got more pub. We've got drinks of beers. There's not a lot of work on that. Anyway, this is
cheap by the sound of it. You owe me some cash, Dave.
This is clearly unsustainable. You know, I don't know a lot about economics, but supply and demand. There's only so much grass you can cut to get paid for, and it's clearly reflected here. So there's only one thing that can keep this sustained, and that is clearly Dave. So no, listen, when the debts got so bad, Gibbo's debts got so bad, Dad and Mum would look to redress the balance and gift all of us some money, which is fantastic. But obviously, Gibbo didn't get gifted money. Let me just explain. Got here, cleared £500. Everyone got £500. Give it.
Yeah, that was good.
Got a cheque for £68. Another good one here. Gift of £1,500. Now brought the debt down to 19. That's nice, really. Okay, so listen, when times got really bad, the book was closed for business. But Gibbo, Andrew, thought he'd utilise the fact that his big brother had a big boys account, which came with all sort of marvellous perks like checkbooks. Gibbo thought it'd be fun or appropriate to siphon checks out of my checkbooks and pay for cabs to the surrounding villages. Obviously, I flanked this to Mum and Dad. Mum, Dad, give me my money back. And the book was open again. So, yeah, please don't do that. We've got one more excerpt here. I do like this one. Gibbo's written £10 to the pub. Mum's written, writing looks a bit drunk.
Hey, next time, fucking on.
So we move on to Andrew Gibbons, the football years. As a lot of you know, Andrew played football, and football was a massive part of his life. From the age of 5, I played with Gibbo, so there's a number of us here, under the fantastic guidance of a guy called Graham Fry.
Yes!
20 years later, we were still playing under the less guidance of Mark Bonner. And in those early days, Andrew was actually called Andrew. He wasn't called Gibbo. That was a self-imposed nickname at school, I think. Please call me Gibbo, it's really cool. True story. So in those early football days, Gibbo developed one of his really strong passions, actually, that of borrowing money. Phil Newbold, John Ayres, Alan Bromley, Graham Fry, everyone could testify, Gibbo borrowed money for everything. Hot dogs, burgers, Coke, soft drink Coke at that point.
What was that?
Controversial. Very controversial. The love of debt continued through the rest of his football years, as moving into his adulthood, the Morning Star became accustomed to something called the Gibbo Black Amex round. But the guys at the top right of the table know a lot about this round. So for those lucky enough in this room to have endured a beautiful pint of Kronenberg in the Morning Star, still there, fantastic pub, you get the chance to go. It's not actually Kronenberg. The Black Amex card with David Ernest Gibbons on it, I believe, was rejected many, many times. The story would go something like this: walk into the pub, everyone would buy a round. Gibbo, you getting around? Yeah, I'll get around. Walk in. Gibbo gets around. I'll get 15 pints. 15 pints bought. Card gets rejected. As your eye buy the round.
Cheers,
that went on for 7 years. So the help of some accountants, had a chat with Vinky earlier, 3.2 million. You bankrupted 3 people in the Morning Star. Anyway, enough about borrowing money later. We're going to talk a lot about that later. Going on to football. In fairness, Gibbo was an okay footballer in the early days. He was. And Gibbo and I complement each other really, really well. I was really slow, he was fast. He could head a ball, I couldn't. I wound people up, he liked fighting. We were a match made in heaven. Sadly, as the years progressed, and they did progress very quickly, Gibbo went from looking 25 when he was 10 to looking 65 when he was 25, and his football ability waned dramatically. He went maybe from Alan Shearer to Emil Heskey to somebody a lot worse. Think elephant with a ping pong ball was the expression that was often used with Gibbo. Anyway, the football years came and went, and we moved succinctly on to Mikee to discuss the next stage of the Andrew Gibbons journey. High years. Okay, so I'm sure Gibbo would like to think that we're still in the midst of the party years, but clearly stag do. We're not. We'll come to that later. But listen, for now, I'm interested in where it all started. So, living at the foothills of the Downs, we were literally a stone's throw from the free party scene and a lot of the big raves. That's the Jolsey Downs. Dog, people having fun, party.
Looks great. Looks brilliant.
This is 8 o'clock in the morning.
We've had some.
So listen, me and my core friends, we were kind of like exploiting this fact, and it wasn't long before Gibbo followed in his big brother's footsteps. I've got written down. I've got written down.
I've got written down inviting.
So anyway, listen, there was a core of Andrew's friends who was very much interested in this, namely Harvey, Warren, Scotty, Meza.
65?
You know, and interestingly, Andrew, out of all of that lot, probably till about a year ago, is the only one that could drive. So the Fiesta we had took a real battering. Every time I went to drive it after a weekend, it would be like, why is the steering like this? Cross country, it's not meant for cross country. So anyway, I can think of one time that this passion of the party scene came home to roost. I mean, it literally came home. I think you alluded to it earlier, but let's just talk about this. So Gibbo, in his wisdom, convinced Mum and Dad to let him have a party in the barn.
Your party too.
My party wasn't my party. He said to Leon, who has lots of friends, he said, Leon, I want to use your party, your system, to have a little bash for all my friends. Leon was like, yeah, cool, no worries. He arrived in the afternoon to set up. Several hours later, he had erected a wall of speakers. At this point, alarm bells should have rung. Yeah, I mean, this had all the signs of anything but a little bash from my mates. Harvey on the mic, and, you know, Rory. No, wasn't that. Clearly wasn't that. Fast forward, 2 a.m. in the morning. The roof was at lift-off. The rave was banging, and, you know, it was mental. Look down the track, you see nothing but headlights. It was, I mean, people couldn't get in. It was insane. Bash with mates. So anyway, I think there was no stopping it. So anyway, Mum and Dad, for some reason, they weren't expecting this. Maybe it's Gibbo's persuasive nature, which is one of his traits, clouded their judgment. But anyway, when they were stood on the front lawn, I remember standing with them. Mum and Dad in their dressing gown. It was a sea of people. You couldn't get in the barn. They couldn't get in the barn. That was it. Dad was like, what shall I do? Someone was swinging from his tree, running on his flowers. I was like, Dave, let it go, man. You've got to ride this out. Which we did. What good it was. So anyway, that's pretty much it about the party is. I mean, ultimately, lesson learned. Don't have free parties at your house. Okay. So we move swiftly on.
Not so swiftly on.
No.
Doing the clicker at the same time. I gave you one job, Mikey.
Give you one job, Mikey.
So anyway, we move on to Andrew Gibbons' the education years. They're very, very, very quick, so don't worry too much about that.
Very short.
Anyway, I wasn't at school with Gibbo, but I think I can talk on the subject. Well, I was at school with him, I wasn't his year at school. I think I can talk on the subject from afar. I've spoken to a number of people here who were in Gibbo's year. I don't think anyone's here actually. Gibbo's prices. Clearly you weren't very popular at school, Gibbo. Anyway.
Gonna run out of power.
You're gonna run out of power. Anyway, I have to speak fast. The mid-school years consisted of nothing remotely academic, from what I can tell, from 5 to 18. Is that fair?
Yeah.
People in the room? But socialising, having meetings. Here he is. Good looking guy back in the day.
That's a two-head, motherfucker. That's a two-head.
In many senses, Gibbo was a very, very late developer academically. And we all know his knowledge of all areas from religion to politics to gardening. Katie will tell you trees. Katie, what's the tree? What's that cloud? Katie, what's the cloud? He's quite aggressive when I've been out of it.
Cumulonimbus. That's an cumulonimbus. They're all cumulonimbus. Well, that's what that was. Yeah.
All this is very far removed from his official, what I call his official education. During those years, he was a sports guy and he represented Oxfordshire at everything from athletics. That was it actually. He used to tell everyone he was representing everything, but actually he was just athletics.
Rugby.
Not proven now.
Rugby.
Anyway, we digress. As we move on, as he left school, buoyed by his N and U, obviously university was the natural next step for him. Fair? So I think when Tony Blair said in 1997, I want 50% of people in this country to go on to higher education, his drum and bass course was not part of it. Many weekdays I would frequent this house in Acton. God, it was a terrible, terrible house. We would go for a few beers, I'd stay up. Terrible. I'd go to work in my suit at 7 in the morning, Gibbo would be there with his new friends, who incidentally aren't here today, so they can't have been great friends. Eating huge numbers of hobnob biscuits. I'd never get it. I never understood it personally. Anyway, as university came and went literally, a life in gardening developed and a romance started to prosper. Mikey, you're in. We moved to the next stage of the journey. Okay, Andrew, yeah, ruin my speech as well, mate. Yeah, all right. The travelling years. We're okay, we've got power.
Only me.
Given the travelling years. I've never travelled with Gibbo.
That's a little peg.
Travelling years, never travelled with Gibbo. But I've been away with him on holiday. This, for example, this is the kind of stuff that happens when you're away with Gibbo. This poor fella owned the bar, shirt ripped off, jumped on, pulled it, slapped it in the face, done.
That's Paul, that's the DJ!
That's the way we did
Like before?
So anyway, first time Andrew went travelling to Australia.
Was with Phil.
Shout, Michael, shout.
I can't. He clearly had to work hard for this because he had to afford to get there. Obviously, Red Book was filled with lots of overpaid grass cutting jobs. The grass had never been so short. Anyway, Mum and Dad had given him a gold card for emergencies. Yes, that's right, emergencies. And Gibbo and Phil had an emergency. They needed to travel the East Coast and they needed some transport. Sorry. Fruit bat.
Is he boring you?
I've got a lot to do. You've got nothing to do. Engage. Right. So Gibbo called up Dave. Dave, I need to borrow some money. I need to use the gold card. I need to buy a car, travelling the East Coast. Dave, no. It's not an emergency, Gibbo. No. Dave, statement comes through. Car bought. This. Sorry, Diane. It's not going well. Hold on. Back to.
Working with
ridiculously useless technology. It's not MediaCom. This is the car.
Haven't you got those shorts in your
Interestingly, they had trouble selling the car in the end. So yeah, I mean that's that. Anyway, interesting. Another little thing from the Red Book here. This is great. Love. Plead for help in Australia. Just got 200 quid. Easy, whatever. So yeah, like I said, I've never travelled with Gibbo, so let's pass over to Tommy, who's done it. I don't know if I've done it travelling wise, but my travelling with Gibbo started many years ago. Pricey will know this in Amsterdam actually. We went on a school trip to Amsterdam, and Gibbo and I thought it'd be really cool to go on our own to Amsterdam and not go with the school trip. So we gate crashed it, went on our own. It was terrible. We slept on the streets. Gibbo said about 60 times, "We have the keys to the city." Don't know what it'd been on. And it was the worst trip we'd ever been on. Pricey. What more can I say? Anyway, enough of that trip. The next trip many years later, actually, in seriousness, is when we got to know Katie a little bit better. I went to Australia, Katie, for 3 weeks. Thanks for that. Obviously, Lynn and I were living in Australia. Gibbo came with fruit bat and Azy.
And Katie.
Katie came as well.
And Katie, yeah.
That trip was brilliant because Airsy Fruitbat and I sat there and it brought out three of Gibbo, what I'd call Gibbo's main characteristics on that trip. His ability to influence people, mostly negatively. His continued issues with money, and we'll talk about that this entire presentation. Presentation?
No,
Speech,
it's a
whatever. You know.
presentation.
And his extreme self-confidence. I mean, we've heard about this already. Anyway, Gibbo has this uncanny knack, and you'll probably all know it, of persuading people to do things that, frankly, shouldn't be done. You know, he gets huge tabs racked up at every bar in Wallingford. What else does he do? He persuades people to pick him up from places all the time. It's taking a bit. And he actually persuaded Kate to marry him, which. Anyway, on this particular trip, we were in Australia. We just sailed the Great Barrier Reef. It was fantastic. We were in the Whitsunday Islands, and we happened upon a fantastic sportsman, Ricky Hatton. Fantastic sportsman. Clean cut, clean living Ricky Hatton. What a hero he was to us. Anyway, Gibbo bombarded him with compliments. I've never heard anything like it. Oh, Ricky, you're the greatest boxer that ever lived, ever lived. To which Ricky replied, well, knocked out by Manny Pacquiao 2 weeks ago. Anyway, we spent a night with him. Gibbo went off with him, had a few beers. 2 days later, jeez, Gibbo. What an influence you've had on people. Poor Ricky Hatton. Mikey and I did some research on this, and it was textbook. I mean, we've made some of this stuff up, but this was textbook. Got back from this holiday in every paper, news of the world, and frankly, clean living boxer descended to suicide virtually. And we've got some more stories on these parts. Anyway, guys, his issues with money on this trip, yet again, Australia trip. Gibbo, can I borrow money? Tommy, I'll cook for you if you give me $12. You know, all this normal sort of stuff. Sadly, on this trip, there was a more sinister side actually that I found quite disturbing. It saddened me actually.
Don't talk, Tommy, don't.
Should we talk about it, Mikey? Katie doesn't actually know it, and she's not aware of it, actually, unfortunately. On that particular trip, Gibbo, Airsy and I sat down one night, and Gibbo used to give Katie money every 3 days. He used to give her money at an exchange rate. We looked into it, and we thought, hang on a minute, let's go on xe.com, this doesn't seem quite right. He was charging her 25% more for the exchange rate. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, when we challenged him, I said, Gibbo, come on, you're 25% more. Expecting Gibbo to say, I've got the exchange rate wrong, he said, Tommy, Katie isn't very good with money. So this is a very good way of managing what she spends. I'm assuming, obviously, he refunded all the money at the end of that trip. Anyway, the final resounding memory of that trip was Gibbo's overwhelming self-confidence when identifying animals on the boat. We used to swim every day, and we used to dive, and I say we, Airsy and I didn't dive because you couldn't swim. But, we used to get on the boat that night, and they used to say, oh, who's seen a pufferfish? Oh, me! Oh, I've seen one, yeah, pufferfish. Who's seen a I've seen a pufferfish. I've seen one. Who's seen a sea snake? Oh, I've seen six sea snakes. And every single night, this was borderline embarrassing. No one had seen anything, but Gibbo had seen everything. So the guy said, who's seen a sea cow? And Gibbo said, oh, I've seen one. And you haven't, Gibbo. He was winding you up.
You make trapping the boat.
Yeah, fair point. Anyway, lesson learned is bloody arrogant. Alright, so anyway, travelling, while we're there, let's talk about the stag do. Obviously can't do a best man speech without talking about the stag do. Stag do slide.
Collecting.
Wait, I'll tell you, it's hard work clicking, talking and just being rubbish. So anyway, before we talk about the stag do, let's talk about the hen do. The hen do! Sit down, Croatia. So anyway, the hen do, my Dropbox account was full of selfies of Katie, my Katie, Kate. A ridiculous amount. It was stupid.
Okay, love us up.
And yeah, Facebook feed full of it. Anyway, here is some pictures of them having fun. I know exactly what they did. Most of it was just pouting, little selfies. You heard about this thing called selfies? I don't know the half of it. Well, actually, you say that, Han, because I do know a little bit of it. There were some exceptions in the photos, this being one of them. Fun times. What
is that?
What's my wife doing? Yeah. Yeah, what are you doing, Kate? Anyway, so there's this. There's this. I mean, boys, we had a rubbish time. Look at these girls. And then there's this. Yeah, she's got a leaky nipple, but let's not worry about that. So anyway, to the stag do. We'll leave it at this for a minute. The stag do. So there's not a lot of evidence. Maybe it's because we're lads and we're just useless, or maybe it's because the boys adhere to the stag rules. What stays in me, you know, all that sort of business. Anyway, but there was one moment that was quite touching. I mean, you know, it's a serious moment. James Merrill flew. Yeah, Merrill. He flew all the way from Australia to meet us in Mallorca, and yeah, it's a really touching moment when he turned up. Okay. So there's loads of hugging that goes on in this. It's a 3-minute clip.
Look at Craig.
Gibbo's
Watch
really
Craig.
excited. Craig has got some sexy, excited eyes. Look at these. He's really happy. Fruit bat is spilling out. It's embarrassing.
Look at his eyes.
Hugging. This goes on for 3 minutes.
3 hours. More hugging.
3 days. We're going to watch it for 3 minutes.
Oh no.
We're not going to watch it for 3 minutes because it's boring. But they hugged for 3 minutes. It's ridiculous. Gibbo clearly smashed. Mezza like, get off me. Bored of this. So anyway, this clearly had a knockout effect. A knockout effect on Gibbo because at the end of the night he went like this.
Who's that?
Christ the Redeemer, I think it was on Facebook. Are you alive? But, no, exactly. But it got a little bit too much for some people who was just like, oh, sick of it. So, wasn't in the original. So anyway, let's pass on to Tom for the The good news is, guys, we're coming to the end. The next chapter is titled The Working Years, and I really struggle with this one. As many of you know Gibbo well, Andrew Gibbons' The Working Years, he's never worked, has he? Genuinely. And apologies for all these people in Chelsea here who he does work for. He doesn't do the work. Sorry to say that.
A word of it, Graham. It's a lie.
Unfortunately for me, Gibbo's always followed me into jobs. Yeah, it's difficult. With normally a very, very common theme at the end. Initially, I worked for a small market research company called Critical Research. I worked there mornings, I was 15, I was entrepreneurial, got this job. And Gibbo said, oh, what are you earning? There's a lot more money than at Waitrose. Well, $5.50 an hour. Got Gibbo a job, end result, got fired. Cheers, Gibbo. Anyway, the next job we had together was BT. Graham, I apologise for this story massively in advance because it's been a tough time for BT. Anyway, I got the job and we were 150 operators, so call would come in, answer the call. Which department do you want to direct it to? Hundreds of departments, direct it in. We used to answer 150 calls a day, roughly. It was a monotonously boring job. So Gibbo, 4 weeks in. Tommy, what are you doing this summer? I'm working at BT, Gibbo. Oh, any jobs? Yeah, there might be a job. $5.60 an hour. So Gibbo got a job. Again, Graham, in that call centre, they were not very bright, so I apologise. So I trained Gibbo. Yeah, I'd only been there 4 weeks, but I was a trainer, so I did that. So the day would go something like this: turn up, do the calls, have a few beers at lunch, play a bit of pool at lunch, go out with Andy, have a few more beers, come back, and that went on for about 4 weeks, and it was good. It was good fun actually. We did well, didn't we? It got boring though, didn't it? It got really boring. So we suddenly realised it'd be really funny to put calls through to our friends' mobiles rather than putting them through to actual departments. Again, 12 call centres across the country, Graham, am I correct? Hundreds of people in each call centre. There's no way they're going to catch us. And we knew that. We milked it. Day 24, call came in. Oh, welcome to BT Business Reception. Who may I put you through to? Oh, I've got a real bad problem with my line. Oh, okay, yeah, let me just put you through. Hello, it's Harvey. Oh, hello, Harvey. I just got a problem with my line in my shop. What, mate? What's the problem? What's going on? What's the problem? Anyway, the first few days we put 1 or 2 calls through. By the end, we were putting hundreds and hundreds. I kid you not, BT went through a tough period at that point. We probably did 1,000 calls a week.
Harvey.
A guy called Richard Eltham took the brunt of this, unfortunately, and he would get 20 or 30 calls a day, so it was pretty bad. Unfortunately that year the Thames Salon had 4 pylons to be erected in their shop, which is ironic, so we worked the system pretty well. But anyway, it was a good job. Anyway, long conversation, work with Gibbo, get a job, get fired. Anyway, the final job I worked with Gibbo, final because I was just sick of working with Gibbo, because every job I had I got fired, was working for a South African guy, and this is where I think Gibbo found his passion for gardening. He was a guy called Mark Jones, lovely guy.
Where are you, Mark?
Is he a Mark?
Where are you, Mark?
He wasn't lovely actually, he treated us like slaves and he was a racist, so he wasn't lovely. but the job would go something like this, knock on the door, Jane would answer, normally in dressing gown, is that fair to say, Jane? 8 o'clock? It was 8 o'clock, Jane, still. Yeah.
10 o'clock.
Where's Gibbo? Oh, he's asleep, walk round to the dump, spend 2 hours getting Gibbo up, work really hard, well, sweeping up, Gibbo would do the hedge cutting, and that was the job. But there was one particular job, Gibbo, wasn't there, that really sticks in the mind. Do you remember the job? We were pulling ragwort out of a field for Jeff Banks. Jeff Banks, the designer. He was a special guy. So we spent 4 weeks literally pulling ragwort out of a 100-acre field. It was a mind-numbingly boring job. Anyway, sorry about this, Katie. I don't think you were together at the time. Hopefully not. Anyway, Mrs. Jeff Banks, took a bit of a shine to Gibbo during those early years. So we would drive. Mrs. Banks would always drive us into the field in a nice 4x4, and she'd ask me to, "Oh, Tom, you couldn't do the job over in the back end of." Well, I thought, no, the back end of the field. So she'd send me to the back end of the field to do another obscure job on a 50-acre plot. And Gibbo and her would just chat about design all day. I never knew what happened between Gibbo and Mrs. Banks, but I do not happen to Jeff. Lesson of the story, work with Gibbo, get fired, marriages break up. True save for me, true save. Okay, so we're kind of at the end now. Gibbo went on so long. I mean, we've been here for hours. We really want to get in there and listen to the band, blah, blah, blah. It's going to be good. So now we're at Gibbo, the family man. Andrew Gibbo, Daddy. There he is.
Hugging the wrong wife.
Hugging the wrong wife. Again. Probably did some work for her in the garden.
Mrs. Banks.
Mrs. Banks. Anyway, listen, seriously, so Gibbo, the family man. Give up Katie. Katie. So anyway, Gibbo, the family man. Katie, you are amazing. You're stunning. We all love you.
Yeah.
You're an incredible spirit. And Gibbo, I mean, God knows how he's got you, but he's got you. He's definitely got you. He's very lucky. He's also got 2 incredible children. Very nice natured. They're just beautiful souls. Again, souls of English. 2 souls. Yeah. So I mean, to be honest, me as your brother, I'm seriously proud of you. It's pretty special.
It's one of those debts been paid.
Yeah, also you're an amazing brother, so obviously to me, Bex, Han. Is that it? And also, you lot are here today. He's a committed, dedicated friend. I think we know that he'll do your garden. Don't worry about it. He does. He's a lovely guy. But listen, I'm gonna let Tom. The mic is dropping out.
Keep pointing at the thing.
I am pointing it, and I am pointing it. So I'm going to let Tommy wrap this up. So Gibbo, love you. So we've had a few jokes. So the serious bit, 33 years of friendship with Gibbo. In all seriousness, he's been loyal, honest on most occasions, and a seriously dedicated friend to me and a lot of people here today. He always goes the extra mile for his friends. I don't think anyone can genuinely doubt that. He stuck up for me at football many times. He got arrested in Henley once for me. Dave, I don't think you knew about that story, but
Lynn Stab was going to sort it out.
True story. But genuinely, in all seriousness, no one could be more loyal, and the friendship's been great. And I think that's, for me personally, that's more evident than over the last 6 months when my daughter Eliza was faced with blindness in both eyes, and the unrelenting support to Lynn and I over that period. He's been positive when needed, practical when required, but seriously always available. And, it's been absolutely fantastic. And I think genuinely, this more than any story, we joke about all the stories today, this more than any story really sums up who Gibbo is today, so thank you very much. Finally, his family, we all reserve something for his family, who, look guys, we all know they're incredibly close. I mean, there was talk of incestuousness, that's fair. but genuinely, Gibbo's family, he holds incredibly great affection in his heart. And he's fortunate to come from an amazing family like my own. He's got two wonderfully loving and caring parents, Jane and David. I mean, I think we've all seen today, couldn't ask for two better people. He's got two amazing siblings in Hannah and Becca. 2, 3. Mikey, you are great. Oversight. Wow. But generally fantastic siblings, and I truly believe that Gibbo's taken these values that he's learned from Jane and David and his family into the relationship he has with Katie, and from what I've seen, he's genuinely a fantastic father to soul, and I wish them all so. And indeed, jeez, what am I doing?
Where's
Just started liking us.
In all seriousness, he's been a great friend to me, and obviously Mike and I really enjoyed going through his life. So I wish Gibbo and Katie every happiness over the coming years together. Mikey, guys, stand up, charge those glasses, ting ting ting, raise them. Let's hold the toast to the amazing couple, Mr. and Mrs. Gibbo.